Hello, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about the curcumin as a anti-aging compound, which that is present in the curcuma as shown in the diagram, and this is the polyphenolic compound. The curcumin is 77% are present in this plant, and the bis dimethoxy curcumin are present 17%, while the dimethoxy curcumin are present 3%. So the effect of this curcumin basically is the polyphenolic compound. The major effect is the anti-inflammatory. In this way, it will decrease the inflammation. And antioxidant, it means it will decrease the reactive oxygen species. But also it is the anti-atherogenic. It means that it will lead to prevent the atherosclerosis and heart attack disease and cardiovascular disease. Anti-diabetic is due to the insulin sensitivity increase, and in this way the cell will uptake more glucose from the cell. On the other hand, it is anti-cancer. It will prevent the cancer, and in this way whenever it will be entered into the blood circulatory system after the digestion, it will load it as a conjugation in the micelle and liposomes as well as the polymeric nanoparticle. The polymeric nanoparticle and micelle and liposome will transport in the several organs like kidney, GIT and liver. Liver is very important for the glucose metabolism due to the curcumin, while the GIT will also decrease the inflammation as well as the kidney inflammation like the glomerular nephritis. Let's understand about the ischemia. The ischemia is basically decrease the temperature and also ventricular function improve and inflammation decrease will lead to prevention of the ischemia. Post cholecystectomy, basically after the removing of the gallbladder due to some reason, and in this way will lead to decrease the pain and the fatigue decrease due to the curcumin. The traumatic brain injury due to the brain infection and some type of the brain injury will lead to oxidative stress increase, and this prevention of the oxidative stress due to the anti-inflammatory property, and it will also decrease the inflammation due to the anti-inflammatory and the antioxidant, and that is why the oxidative stress decrease, while the autophagy is due to the due to the due to the several activity will occur. We will discuss in later in this video. So wound healing will improve due to the tissue granules formation, collagen deposition, wound contract and the tissue remodel. Let's understand about the curcumin function. So we will understand through the cellular pathway and how it will work and how to prevent the inflammation and the inflammatory mediators which are released from the cell during the inflammation time. So here is a curcumin. So here is a cell which that is the basically bigger picture of the cell contain toll-like receptor and the TNFR. Whenever the ligand bind with the toll-like receptor and the tumor necrosis factor receptor, so in this way it will lead to trigger the inflammation. This is the nucleus which that contains certain type of gene like AP1, MMP9, COX2 and the interleukin 6 gene. So in this the toll-like receptor when activated lead to PI3K and MAP kinase pathway activation lead to AKT, and the ERK pathway activate will combine that protein with the P38 and the Janus kinase will lead to activate the necrosis factor kappa B, and bind with this protein will lead to activate also TNF receptor also same target, and in this way it will lead to activate the certain type of gene AP1, MMP9, COX2 and interleukin 6. Basically this protein is the this transcription will lead to synthesis of that protein which that is the inflammatory mediators. So this PPR alpha gamma which that inhibit this activity. So interleukin 1 and interleukin 6, interleukin 1 beta, tumor necrosis factor alpha and MCP1 basically which that is all inflammatory mediators will lead to increase the inflammation, and that is play important role as a cytokine will lead to trigger the further inflammation. The PPR alpha gamma basically will trigger due to the curcumin will lead to directly inhibit the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines and these inflammatory mediators. In this the inflammation suppression will increase due to the curcumin. This curcumin also activate the PPR gamma, lead to apoptosis trigger for the damaged cell. In this way, the inflamed cell and damaged cell will clear up, while the anabolism also trigger, like the release of adipokines, and this release of the adipokines from the fat cell will lead to important function. But the apoptosis is very important, and in this way, a certain type of the gene like BAX, caspase 3, 8, 9 increase, while the reactive oxygen species and the BCL2 gene will be trigger BCL2 protein and the reactive oxygen species decrease, while the adipokines, which that will lead to lipid redistribution from carbohydrates to fats, and the adipogenesis will increase. In this way, basically, the on the other hand, the sensitive to insulin also increase, and in this the basically function is the anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and the anti-atherogenic. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, so please make sure to subscribe, like, and share. And see you in the next video for this. Bye. Allah Hafiz.